see this beautiful green space was a concrete parking lot. Soon, it will be one of the newest green spaces at ACC Highland. And then right behind me, just beyond the fencing, we'll be opening also within a few months the beautiful UFCU Pavilion for the community that we've come to celebrate the groundbreaking for today. And to tell us more about the history behind this park, which is so important to this community, please join me in welcoming our Chancellor at ACC, Dr. Richard Rhodes.
Well, good morning. This turned out to be a great morning, didn't it? There's blue sky now, and it's cool weather. So thank you, Molly Beth. And thank you, everyone, for being here, too, with us this morning. We're here for a grand and exciting groundbreaking. Before we do that, I want to take a moment to recognize the land that we're actually on right now. Today, this land is home to ACC Highland campus, but long before that, it was the home to St. John's Regular Missionary Baptist Association. The congregation established an orphanage school right on this property, right on this site, where we're sitting and standing today. Encampment meetings and gatherings were held right here to improve educational and spiritual growth. This was the site of community, and we are honored to bring this land back to community in such a special way. The entire lot where we stand is where the event pavilion will be. It will be a new park and green space for everyone to enjoy. In honor of the history of this land, ACC has named this park the St. John's Encampment Commons Park. I want to thank our neighbors who have helped us along this journey, especially our friend and partner, the late Reverend G.V. Clark, and the entire family of Mount Zion. Bringing this vision to life has been an incredible journey, and we look forward to welcoming everyone here soon once the park officially opens, hopefully in August. It will be a moment well worth celebrating. Not only will there be open green space, but we'll have also a beautiful pavilion for community gatherings. This pavilion is also the product of collaboration and community. We talk about the importance of supporting the whole student in ACC. We know that we can't do it all on our own. Today, I am honored to recognize our friends at University Federal Credit Union. For those of you who don't know, UFCU gifted ACC the largest donation to student scholarships in our 50-year history, $5 million. In appreciation of this gift, we are naming this new structure the UFCU Pavilion. Supporting students along their academic journeys is key to their success. National data show that paying for college is one of the most significant hurdles that a student faces. Studies show that more than 50% of community college students worry about having enough money to pay for school, or that they run out of money in the past year. 50% of students show signs of housing insecurity, and they have to support their families financially. These aren't just percentage points, these are real people. What we've learned is something as little as $400 keeps a student in school working towards achieving their dream. The generous contribution from UFCU makes a huge difference because it's an investment in individuals' lives. If you were a scholarship recipient, I want to ask you to stand up with me right now and be recognized. So anyone in the audience who has been the recipient of a scholarship at any time in your life, please stand. So see, that is a proven point. It makes a difference because you are here. I want to thank everyone who made this possible. To Michael Crowell, his predecessor, Tony Boudet, and the entire team of UFCU and the UFCU board, so I want to say thank you. And would you all please stand? The board first. And now all of the employees of UFCU. Thank you. To our own ACC Board of Trustees, I want to say thank you. And some of them are here with us today, and leading off, our board chair, Dr. Barbara Mink. Our board secretary, Dr. Manny Gonzalez. And a past chair and current board member, Gigi Edwards Bryant. Now, the ACC Foundation plays a major role in gaining funds for scholarships for our students, and I want to recognize our foundation board of directors. And it starts with our executive director for the foundation, that's Amy Baucom. The chair of the board is Canon Collier. And we have joining us board members Bill Lasher, Dr. Nora De Hoyos Comstock, Jim Kerner, Alex Brown, John Hernandez, who is also a former trustee, Dan Jensen, our newest board member, Patrick Reinhardt. Now, this project is amazing, and it has been a dream since the beginning. But, you know, somebody has to actually carry out those dreams. And so we have some amazing partners that are working on this pavilion. First of all, I want to recognize Red Leaf. And we've got partners there, Matt Whalen and Brian Kaminsky. And Brian is back here. The guy with the mustache. And, you know, it's one thing to express what your vision is. It's another thing to actually see it come to life. And that is through our architect, our good friend, Daniel Woodruff from DWG. Daniel. And once you have those drawings on paper, who builds it? And so we're very fortunate to be teamed up with Harvey Cleary Construction. From that, we've got Jared Brown, Jonathan Soto, Victor Rodriguez, and Gerald McCarty. You know, all of you do amazing work to make scholarships available for our students. And I say thank you, thank you, thank you for making that happen. And it's partners like this that truly supports our students and makes ACC proud. And that's what we celebrate today. Now, I would like to have the pleasure to introduce our friend, colleague, and great partner in this, CEO of UFCU, Michael Crowell.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Well, Dr. Rhodes, it's a miracle that you're actually standing today. For those who don't know, he did a marathon race. He and some of his teammates here did a marathon race in his family between Gonzales, Texas, and Houston. So I believe this happened for over a 24-hour period of time. So here you are. Again, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Rhodes. You know, kidding aside, I want to thank you for all the years of service to not just ACC, but obviously this community too. You have transformed not only this place physically, but people's lives in our community, and that impact is going to be felt for many, many decades to come. I'm glad you mentioned this space where we're standing today. It truly is hallowed ground. Think about what happened here all those years ago, and I feel like what they did here and what we're doing today is we're returning the land back so that it is, again, for the community and a place of enrichment and learning. So, again, kudos to the ACC team for making this happen. Just let that sink in for a moment. Nearly 90 years ago today, UFCU was founded by university faculty and staff. Today, we remain deeply rooted in helping others achieve their dreams through education. As a first-generation college student myself, I know firsthand the power of education to change lives and open doors to new possibilities. ACC serves a unique and vital role in this community and in the lives of hundreds of thousands of Central Texans. You all provide pathways with affordable, flexible ways in which people can reach their goals. You also partner with the community and employers throughout the region in so many innovative and impactful ways. And this is why we at UFCU are proud to be your partner in helping bring this place to life. Last year, as Dr. Rhodes mentioned, we reached a historic defining moment, not only for ACC, but also for UFCU, with a $5 million scholarship endowment for the students. 100% of those funds will go to students for those in need. These funds will cover all the tuition and fees. So that's all tuition and fees, and provides much more than just money. There's all kinds of wraparound services that are provided as well for these hardworking students who just need a little bit of help to get across that finish line. So that means in addition to exceptional education that they'll receive from ACC, they're also going to have scholarship and financial aid application assistance, tutoring and academic support, job search and resume guidance, and help to navigate and understand their personal finances. So as you all equip people to go into the next phase of their career and their lives, UFCU comes right alongside of that and helps prepare them to have the skills to manage those finances and do well in life financially. And all this allows students to really focus on why they're here, which is to achieve their career aspirations. So at UFCU, we believe in opportunity for all, and we believe that financial health is possible for everyone. And I can't imagine a more fitting place than right here, right now, than this land we're standing on to signify our future together, changing people's lives, again, not only today, but for generations to come. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Cal McDowell, our board chair. He served on the board for nearly a decade, and he too believes in the power of education. Please join me in welcoming our next guest, Cal McDowell.
Thank you, Michael, for the introduction. Really appreciate it. And I'm so pleased to be here with you all today. On behalf of my fellow board members, I'd like to thank everyone who's made today possible, including Michael, Dr. Rhodes, of course, and Molly Beth Malcolm, among so many others many of whom are here. I have to say here at the start, I'm a little envious of Daniel Woodruff and his team for getting to work on projects like this. What a cool job. I think if I could be reincarnated, I'd want to be reincarnated as a landscape architect. It's just a really neat job to work on projects like this. I feel like to atone for some past sin, I'd just be reincarnated as a lawyer again. But these are the things, I'm a new father, these are the things that occur to you as you're changing diapers late at night. So forgive me, I'm going to get a little philosophical here. This is my nature, but I just want to say, I think a structure like the one that we're going to build here, through aesthetic beauty, through its sense of permanence, through its scale, they tend to elevate our thinking. And they tend to stretch our thinking out toward the horizon of what is knowable, so out into the future. And in that sense, a physical space like this is aspirational in nature. It's aspirational for the community that elects to invest in it. It's aspirational for the institution that envisions its future uses as a space for teaching and expression of thought, for performance and for reflection. And I think most importantly, spaces like this have the ability to elicit the aspiration of students. Students will see here in tangible form what can result when people organize around an idea and a shared vision, when we can create a space like the one we'll create here that will be a thing of beauty and an important symbol of our values, transcending the interest of any single group, and that will allow us, one and all, to engage in the kind of activities that hold communities together. So UFCU just happens to be in the aspiration business. We're here to help our members and our communities achieve and maintain financial health. That's what we do. And that's important because financial health is the linchpin and it's the foundation of the individual and the community aspirations that we all have. And of course, in that regard, our mission could not be better aligned with ACC's. So for us, this space is important in and of itself, but it's also a symbol of who we are as an organization, of what we value, and of how we expect those things to translate into a long-term, meaningful partnership with ACC. I know I speak on behalf of the entire UFCU board when I tell you that we are honored to join ACC to support students as they pursue their own aspirations through higher education. Finally, it's my pleasure to introduce you to Dr. Barbara Mink, who served on the ACC Board of Trustees since 2000 and today serves as chair of the board. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Mink.
Thank you, Cale. I also want to acknowledge some other folks that I know are in the audience that got us to where we are before I start. Where did John Hernandez just go? John, will you stand up? Past board chair, real supporter of Austin Community College. And I'm going to help Dr. Rhodes out a bit because he neglected to introduce Kate, his wife, who's standing right over here, so that he won't be in the doghouse later today. Thank you, Kate, for showing up, as you always do for these events. And the other person that I'm not sure where he ended up sitting, where is Tom Hatfield? Tom, please stand up. Tom Hatfield was the founding president of Austin Community College. Tom, if you'll come up here, I don't think you have a 50 pin. I'm going to give you that. Now, I will tell you a short story, and that is I actually moved down to Austin in 1973 as a founding dean of Austin Community College at age 12. Okay. And I had a letter from Tom Hatfield, who had been a president of a college in Virginia, and he was starting Austin Community College and trying to pull people in to help him, start the school. And so he wrote me a letter, and he invited me to be a founding dean and faculty member. I think I was supposed to teach math, do the testing center, oversee the library, the media center, do staff development. And I think the salary was maybe $9,800 or something. He was a good salesman. And I have that letter, and actually typed. It says Austin Community College at the top, typed, not even letterhead yet, offering me all this. And then in his own handwriting on the side of the letter, it says, and this is the first letter that I've written as president of Austin Community College. And so I gave that letter to the college to frame. Now, I think the other person that's here that might need an introduction is probably hiding behind a mask. Roland Hayes? Can you stand up there, Roland? Another founding faculty member of Austin Community College. Yes, there he is. Yep. We were there at the beginning helping over at the Ridgeview campus, getting things started. So there's lots of history here. And ACC for 50 years has embraced our community and has always done everything that we possibly could to support our students. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to thank you and Cale and Michael and your entire team for standing with us in this important work. As they mentioned, it's $5 million, and I was just putting down, if they gave, what, a $500 scholarship, that would be what, 50,000 scholarships for $5 million? That's going to change a lot of lives. And you've heard that Dr. Rhodes talk about the power of scholarships. So I have seen, as a founding dean and also now my 23rd year here on the board, so many students come through who want to search for a brighter future. And each student has a unique story. They have unique goals. They want to do something to improve their lives, the lives of their family, and make a difference in Central Texas. So ACC is really here for social justice missions, for economic equity missions, and to really support our students. And like you heard from several speakers, with wraparound services that will help folks come forward. And you saw that most of us stood up that were the recipients of scholarships in our lives, and some, I think just about everybody in the audience stood up. And so we all have our stories. But we have one story that we want to tell today, and that is our student recipient and scholarship, Wolfgang Burst. So we want to honor him. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Mink, and thank you everyone for being here. I'll start with the reason why I came to ACC. In school, I was never the brightest student, meaning that I wasn't as good as focusing as everyone else. But I did have a passion, and that passion was for music. Living in Austin, being from Central Texas, we are known as the live music capital of the world. Playing piano, growing up playing guitar, playing piano, singing. These are things that I truly had passion for. Maybe not so much the other academic stuff, but I always had the passion for music. And it seemed so far out of reach for me to be able to pursue that in an educational way. But thanks to ACC, I was lucky enough to be able to come here. And the reason why I came here is because of the low cost, because of the convenience, because of these beautiful facilities that, in my opinion, rival the ones at the University of Texas, brand new. And because of that, the music program has had the highest increase out of all the programs at ACC this past year. I came here to ACC expecting just to study piano, study music composition, but I found so much more here, and I really think that the symbolic nature of this park really does encompass everything that ACC is, and it's in the name, Austin Community College. I found a community here. I found so many of my new friends here, so many of my teachers, and I'm really thankful for everything that ACC has offered me. And I just think it's really beautiful that this park can now symbolize something like that. Excuse me. I just want to say thank you to everyone who donate. I want to say thank you to UFC, because these scholarships will change lives in ways that you may not even realize. The amount of money that I received was something that was able to help me stay in school and not have to stop. So I really appreciate that. And for anyone who is considering college at any time, we have people who are my age, 21, younger, 18, people who are 30, 40, 50. It doesn't matter what age you are, what background you come from, what you've done in life. There's always time for you to, try to improve yourself in a better way. And when it comes to music, we have people of all ages in our program. And I think that's really awesome to be able to share the stories, because I feel like music really is a story, and everyone brings something different to the table. So I just really appreciate that. And with that, I just want to say thank you.
Thank you so much, Wolfgang. That was an amazing story. Now I'm going to put some pressure on you since you play the guitar and the piano and love singing. Either you by yourself or get with some of your friends and figure out a really cool song to write that we can play when we open this park. That'd be really cool to have our students. We really do appreciate your sharing your journey with us here today, and we're so proud of everything that you're achieving. And thank you for being an ACC student. There's several things that I thought about as different people were speaking, and the first one is I better recognize I think my husband's here and I'll be in trouble too. So Bruce, Malcolm, wherever you are, would you just wave? Thank you for being here. And then second, Daniel. When Kel was talking about that he really wanted to be a landscape architect, you need to understand he probably was not joking. He has a nickname that we gave him from the UFCU board, and that would be Kel Crepe Myrtle. Now, if you'd like to know, we're going to tell everybody why. There are some crepe myrtles close to his home that are on public property, and no one was taking care of them. And so he got permission to take care of them to make sure that they grew and prospered and continue to grow. He really does love working in the yard, so he wasn't joking about that. And then the next thing I'd like to say is Dr. Rhodes mentioned Dr. G.B. Clark, and how he was the moderator for years and years of St. John Baptist Association. And when we bought this property and Dr. Clark came over to visit and learn a little bit more about what we were doing, and as we came back around, he said, we've come full circle. It started out as education, now it's come back to education. And then Daniel had the opportunity of getting to present the plans for this whole park to Dr. Clark. And he passed away just about a year ago in April. It was right before we opened Building 2000. So even though he's not here with us today, I promise you he's looking down from above and is so excited about what we have going on here. And it's going to be great. And we will be having a grand opening for the park, and we'll also then be having a grand opening for the pavilion. We're into celebrating everything at ACC. And I'd just like to say thank you all for being here today. Have a great day.
Okay, are we ready? Everyone looks ready. So I'm going to do the countdown right here. 3, 2, 1. Let's turn the dirt. Bring it out. That's great. Okay, well, we're going to do another one where you will throw the dirt out. How about that? Okay, ready to throw in 3, 2, 1, go.